underway here in the men's junior race as they charge up towards the start line. And who's going to get the whole shot? Over to you, Nico.
The whole shot was for the British rider Oliver Akers, before Liam O'Brien, before Sebastian Grindley, before Travis Harkness, and before Oisin Farrelly.
And they got away from the rest of the age groups. I was just standing there trying to concentrate. So at that point, I didn't reach the way.
Oliver Akers is the guy in the lead after about 1.5 minutes of racing. He's leading just before Liam O'Brien, who is in second position. Still in third spot, Sebastian Grindley, followed by Travis Harkness, and followed by the fifth rider in the race after about 2 minutes of racing, Oisin Farrelly.
One you! One shot it! One you! One time, point. One out of that. One cut. One fight.
So two British riders up front in the early moments. The Irish national champion Liam O'Brien is maintaining a position in the top three. With Oliver Akers, who competes regularly, consistently indeed, on the international cyclo-cross scene in UCI events, and particularly in and around Belgium and the Netherlands. He's an ever-present fixture, really. He's hopping over the planks on this first lap. And fellow countryman Sebastian Grindley comes to grief there. Unfortunately, trying to vault the planks and bunny hop over them. Comes to grief, breaks the bars in frustration, quickly back on his bike. But it now means that Oliver Akers has a few bike length advantage over the Irish champion. Discretion, the better part of valour from Liam O'Brien, as he runs across the planks and moves up into second position. Grindley now in a chasing position, still running in third place, so close to top four anyway. Yeah, Grindley hanging on in third there, with a little bit of daylight between the first three competitors. Travis Harkness, good start from him. Oisin Farrelly was well to the fore in the early moments of this first lap. Other names to pick out from that whole shot: Joseph Mullen from Navan Road Club, Evan McKenzie, the third of the British riders in here, Samuel Coleman, Curtis Neal, Cal Totty, David Harrington, Michael Collins, Adam Rafferty and Tim Cronin, all in the top 15 in the early moments of the first lap. Waiting for more details. As we get them, we'll give them to you, but no doubt about the man out front, Oliver Akers, very much the pre-event favourite. Took his second place in Koppenberg Cross, which is no gimme, I can tell you, in Belgium. And also has won the last 2 rounds of the British National Series, which is increasingly being viewed as one of the stronger national series around the world. But great effort here, more problems as they reach the sand in the National Equestrian Centre, in the show jumping arena. No problems for Travis Harkness. He's not actually the Belgian national champion. He races with BC Glendale, has had those Belgian colours for a long, long time. The older and better established club in Irish cycling. Greenly in third place as well, also kind of sizes going through the sand, but has managed to sort of reset a little bit, and it's now finds itself interceded near the ground. Very nice Oliver Oakley on this first lap. It's a busy lap, but I tell you what, Liam O'Brien has managed to tag on and make that big effort to draw himself up onto the back wheel of the race leader. Very much a freeway battle out front, but the first group took a little bit of daylight between themselves and Sebastian Gurley. Nothing really like the ball in this compared to their others international cyclo-cross racing, but just across one of the horizons, nicely covered by Liam O'Brien. He uses well on the wheel of Oliver Akers. Akers in turn is strong of himself, but on a bike lane of an advantage. Eddie is blind. Very little decision between the riders on the first lap. And plenty of encouragement being given by the spectators this side of the room. Tompkins trying to moment to a little bit back from what it was like in the zone. Liam O'Brien hoping to run up that section as Akers managed to stay on the bike. Updated time, good. It's a remand. It's lost the bike lane. Liam O'Brien clear of third place competitors, staying in touch with O'Brien, he's trying to make a little bit of an advantage of his to the man at front over Akers. Top three, significant margin over what looks like Joseph Mullen from Navan Run Club, who's running in fourth place at the moment. Mullen is last onto the front row, but he's not backward about coming forward on this first lap. So, riding to complete this first lap, it is Oliver Akers, as expected, to the fore, and indeed the Irish national champion Liam O'Brien right with him, and Sebastian Gridley just a handful of seconds behind. Across the start-finish line to complete the first tour, a 2-up battle for the lead, with Gridley fighting hard to get back on terms after his challenges on that first lap. Quite a bit of daylight between these leading three competitors, and the next man who's through the final bend and has managed to open up a bit of daylight in turn over the others behind. That was Navan Run Club's Joseph Mullen, fourth across the line. Waiting for the appearance now. Alternate rider, looks like a Saturday there, indeed Saturday it is. Fifth across the line, Alan Rafferty, Samuel Coleman. But your leader, at the end of lap one, Oliver Akers of Great Britain. And they needed exactly 8 minutes and 28 seconds for the first lap, 8 minutes 28 official lap time for lap number one in this race. riders out in the second lap of Oliver Akers in company with the Irish national champion Liam O'Brien. Gridley in third place, Joseph Mullen in fourth, Ferretti, Rafferty, Coleman, Harkness, Curtis Neal and Ty Killeen rounding out the top 10. That's your top 10 through lap 1. Heading out on this second lap, still waiting for confirmation of the number of laps that these riders will complete. The abacus speeds are flying at the moment, calculations are being made. And the race officials here at the finish line will give us confirmation of exactly how many laps these riders will be asked to complete. Akers has a little look around, asks for a contribution from O'Brien. O'Brien is not so keen to welcome Sebastian Grindley up to make it a three-way battle at the front, so he makes the contribution, but having said that, Grindley is very, very close, and I think likely to get on terms any moment now.
British competitors, Oliver Akers and his competitor Sebastian Grindley are trying to hold the wheel now, the wheel of the leader, the Irish national champion, who is accelerating in front, Liam O'Brien.
Liam O'Brien runs across the blanks there, as indeed does Oliver Akers. Grindley, not chastened by his experience last time round, elects to jump them and may well have, well, we'll see whether that's helped him in his quest to close that handful of seconds deficit to the two riders up front. Akers, of course, who had bunny hopped them the first time round, electing to dismount on that occasion. Three-way battle at the front. O'Brien of Ireland in front of the two British competitors, who are teammates as well as compatriots. So an interesting dynamic developing here. And O'Brien is not afraid to do the work here, is he? He's happy enough to sit on the front and try and grind this one out. Perhaps grind his rivals into submission. Easier said than done. A man from Farmoy in County Cork. Out front, what a proud moment for this. This is for him. Not a Junior World Cup event, but nonetheless it's at a World Cup. The very first Dublin World Cup, UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup, and it's national champions colours. Akers just steps on the gas there to pick up the pace. Kind of grind his way. I think he really wanted to get to the sand first, and that is a problem indeed for Liam O'Brien as he's forced to step off the bike, and Akers advantage there. Grinstead too, and Grindley too indeed. Sebastian Grindley now in the lead. O'Brien and Akers still there. Three up front, and with more than 20 seconds advantage over Joseph Mullen in fourth place. I think this will be an amazing battle between the two British guys and the guy who has to defend his national sentence judge before Cyclo-cross. Liam O'Brien, national Irish champion in the leading group together with Oliver Akers and Grindley. O'Brien is down and he just come to grief there, and it's just really cost him a lot of time. And well, were there any implications for his bike down?
Screen.
Yeah.
Liam O'Brien crashed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Bolton managed to get back on. Now two-way battle from the two British competitors, Sebastian
Gridley and Oliver Akers now
a few seconds margin over Liam O'Brien. Quickly back on the fight, but now in a chase mode. Something new over about 10 seconds. Liam O'Brien now showing 11 seconds down according to the time screen here on the two British riders up front. Sebastian Gridley and Oliver Akers. The two guys in the lead now are increasing their pace, trying to increase their gap between those two guys and the first chasing the race. Liam O'Brien, we are coming to the end of the second lap. We are already more than 16 minutes on the way in this men's junior race.
14-second margin between Liam O'Brien and the race lead. As Oliver Akers has now moved ahead of Sebastian Gridley. These two British riders, they're teammates and they're working well together at the moment. They've seen an opportunity here to distance themselves from their nearest rival. And their only significant or indeed real threat to a victory for these two riders here today.
This is the final corner, so they are almost here.
We're very close to the conclusion of this second lap. It's Akers that leads Gridley through the final bend. Liam O'Brien still some way in arrears, 17 seconds last time we heard. It's going backwards for the Irish rider. The British riders have really pushed on. Akers ahead of Gridley through the final bend. Leading Irish competitor Liam O'Brien. And in a lonely fourth place at the moment, Joseph Mullen of Navan Road Club. Gets a big cheer, the man from Roy Cycling Club, now 19 seconds back. Joseph Mullen at 29 seconds, almost half a minute back for Joseph Mullen. On the leader, Oliver Akers, waiting the appearance for the appearance of the next of the riders, the fifth place riders, Sebastian Gridley here today. And they have 3 laps remaining, 3 more laps remaining in this event. Completed, 3 to go. As Adam Rafferty crosses the line in 6th place. Immediately followed by Samuel Coleman and Travis Harkness, riders from Ulster, making a big contribution to this event.
Right, Timmy, do you want to bring it in? You want to come in, Timmy? Have a bike ready. Have a bike ready. You all right? Keep going. Go, Timmy.
So 3 more laps to do, guys. 3 laps still to do in this race for all the riders who are crossing the finish line right now. One of them was St. Dunwoody. Just behind him was in 12th position Carl Putty with bike number 9. And out front we still have the 2 British guys in the lead, Oliver Akers together with Sebastian Gridley. Their gap over Liam O'Brien is about 19 seconds. They covered the first lap in this race in 8 minutes and 28 seconds. They covered the second lap in 8 minutes 48 seconds. So already 20 seconds slower than the first one.
Top two riders up front with an advantage of almost 20 seconds. Last time we heard, has Liam O'Brien managed to do anything about paring the deficit? Doesn't seem to have suffered any ill effects from what was quickly back on his feet and then very quickly back on his bike, but it's cost him dear here. Wonder if he's able to respond. Keep an eye out. Meanwhile, the two riders out front, Oliver Akins and Sebastian Grindley, are in absolutely flying form. Representing Gardashed UK Rival Verge Sports Cyclo-cross team. And a big moment for these riders. Toby Barnes and Jensen Young also in competition here in this event. For this particular team, they're going to be involved in the men's elite race, which concludes our program this afternoon. How do you want to go with this?
Shade. Anybody wants to pray real quick in there, please? Thank you.
Someone will probably supposed to be working tonight.
Teammate Sebastian Grindley up to 9 seconds as we await the arrival of our race leader, Overacres, at the finish line to complete his third lap. He's got now a healthy margin. He's really pushing on, isn't he? Lots of body language. The shoulders go there. Overacres is trying to wrap up a decent advantage here. 9 seconds clear of Sebastian Grindley. We await the arrival of Liam O'Brien at the finish line, showing 34 seconds back. Last time we heard. O'Brien through the final bend to complete his third lap. Still managing to hang on clear of Joseph Mullen. If anything, he may well have just increased his advantage slightly. Starting to feel the cold out there a little bit, I think. Liam O'Brien, 34 seconds in arrears. And Joseph Mullen some further 15 seconds back, and it's having a long furrow really in fourth place, getting lots of support here. Navan Road Club have an absolutely wonderful junior section. They're always bringing through youth and junior riders, constantly promoting the sport to the younger competitors, as they have done for many a long year. It hasn't been a long way to come from County Meath for these competitors. Joseph Mullen doing them proud. A few Mullins have been through that club over the years. Mullen 51 seconds back. Oisin Ferrety now in 5th position at 1 minute and 31 seconds. Adam Rafferty next up in 6th. Travis Harkness, Samuel Coleman, Curtis Neal and Seth Dunwoody. That's your top 10. Outside the top 10, Ty Killeen just battling hard actually to get a top 10 position with Seth Dunwoody. Second between them, those two riders locked in combat. Cal Tuddy is right with them as well, 10th, 11th and 12th. Come on Adam! It's a busy battle. Just scrolling down through the order at the moment, we're giving you the top 10. Killeen Caltoni just hovering just outside the top 10. Evan McKenzie running in 13th position. Dylan Franzoni in 14th. It's Joe Nathan Matar, our sole Belgian competitor in this event, running 15th at the moment. Willem O'Connor of Ireland in 16th. Michael Collins, David Harrington, Owen Latimer, and Killian O'Brien rounding out the top 20. Then Killian Fox, Nelson. They're the final competitors. Adam Nelson currently running at the tail of the field. A couple of non-finishers. And it's Oliver Akers out front on this 4th lap. Sebastian Grindley next up. Last time we heard 11 seconds back, and 42 seconds back to Liam O'Brien. Hasn't really been able to recover from that first lap crash, but nonetheless is doing a valiant job in pursuit of the lead too, and is in a podium position at the moment, and indeed appears to have a very comfortable advantage over the 4th place rider, Joseph Mullen, showing it just over 20 seconds behind Liam O'Brien at the moment. Joseph Mullen in 4th place, 22 seconds behind Liam O'Brien. Charlie Gannon just arriving at the finish line. He's had problems out on the course, one of our non-finishers today, but nonetheless a proud moment for him taking part in this men's junior international race as part of the programme of the UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup here in Dublin at the Sport Island campus here in Blanchardstown. Tim Cronin also arriving back early. He has been part of history-making experience here, the man from Dublin Road Club. Just limping a little bit, may have come to grief a little bit out of the course, but he'll get some great heart to know that his teammate Joseph Mullen is doing great work, running in 4th place at the moment, just over a minute off the race lead, currently being held by Oliver Akers, and what a great job that Akers is doing, a man who has performed at the very top level of junior racing in Belgium and across the continent this year. He's winner of the last 2 rounds of the British National Series as well. Top up-and-coming prospect among a nation that have targeted and enjoyed great recent success in cyclocross. And of course we'll have the men's elite cyclocross world champion in action later on today. Tom Pincock from Leeds in Yorkshire in England will be taking to the start line for our final race of the afternoon. The next race up after this one, of course, is the women's elite competition. The women's elite race, just for knowledge, due to get off at 12:40. To hold a sort of consistent 10-11 second advantage over teammate Sebastian Grindley. Liam O'Brien holding steady now, 39 seconds back, and opens up another couple of seconds margin over Joseph Mullen. The difference between them now coming up on half a minute. Joseph Mullen indeed will be perhaps thinking about Oisin Ferretti. Began this element of the lap just over or 25 seconds back from Joseph Mullen in 5th place. Ferretti in turn also has plenty of daylight, so fair spread actually between the top 6 competitors, and then it gets tight. Good old scrap for 6th place with Samuel Coleman at 2:12, and he's got for company Adam Rafferty. Travis Harkness is right there, and about 10 seconds further back Curtis Neal in 9th place.
We're just a matter of moments away from the appearance of Oliver Akers, who will come towards the end of the 4th lap. He will enter the 5th and final lap of this race. The gap in between him and the second trial in the race, Sebastian Grindley, is about 18 seconds currently. Please be careful there, because the race leader is making his appearance towards the finish area. One more lap to do for him. He will enter the bell lap. One lap to do for Oliver Akers.
Hands at the top as he goes across the start-finish line. Oliver Akers still looks like he's riding like a man possessed, actually. He's really pressing on. Clearly wants to ram home his advantage as he takes the bell ahead of his teammate Sebastian Grindley. 17 seconds in arrears as we crane our necks and wait the appearance of Liam O'Brien of Fermoy Cycling Club, the national cyclocross champion of Ireland and the leading Irish competitor. 48 seconds back, but well clear of his nearest rival for that final podium position, Joseph Mullen. And through the final bend, bang the boards, give him a cheer, send him on. It's the bell lap. The leading Irish competitor, Joseph Mullen, heads out just one lap. And a little anxious look over his shoulder to see that Joseph Mullen is just a little bit further back at this point. what is that, about 28 seconds, I think, between Liam O'Brien and Joseph Mullen, just shy of a half a minute, as Mullen makes his appearance onto the home straight. Joseph Mullen gets plenty of home support here. Just 1 3-kilometre lap to complete for these riders. Now we look forward to getting the look like it has really cut up into mud too much. Still pretty frosty, still quite compacted looking at on course. Easy to say from the images that we're getting here in our commentary position. Suffice it to say, it's challenging. But is it as challenging as we thought it was going to be? Will that ice burn off and turn into mud? Next rider through is Oisin Ferrety in 5th position.